Good morning students. The topic that we'll be doing in this video is a J-tree. J-tree is a class of swing package which is used to display the tree structured data, or you can say a hierarchical data. J-tree is a complex component. It has a root node at the topmost which is parent for all the nodes present in the tree. J-tree component is present in swing package, but it was not present in the AWT package. The hierarchical data which we are talking about in this video is generally seen at various places. It is seen, basically we every day see in our Windows file system structure. Now quickly I'll show you my PC file structure. Now look at this. This is my PC, and on the left hand side, as you can see, there is this PC. So this is the node. Again, this is a node. When I click on this arrow, it will expand and it will show all the subnodes which are present in my system. Again, if I click on any of the subnodes, if it has further subnodes, it will expand. So like my C directory has many subdirectories, so it expanded. When I click again, it will collapse. It will collapse, which it means it will not show its subfolders, it will show only the main folders. So here, looking at this structure, one thing I can tell you, in this tree structure of this PC is the parent node, which you can also call as a root node. This parent node has further subnodes with the name 3D objects, desktop, documents, downloads, C drive, E drive. When you click on any of the subnodes, if they have further subchild, it will expand. Like my E drive has these many folders. When I click again, it will collapse. So this is a hierarchical data structure. Most commonly in any file systems, whether it is a Linux or Windows, this hierarchical data structure is present. So if we want to create a similar kind of data structure in our program, in our Java, so for that purpose, the class that will be used is J-tree. Now quickly, we'll see what output we are expecting with this video and how to write the code for the same. Now on the right hand side, you can see a applet which has a tree type structure. This is just an example small tree where you can find there is a topmost node with the name as options. So this is by default is the parent node. As with the dotted lines, you can see this parent node has two subnodes with the name A and B. When I click on the arrow just on the left hand side of A, if A node has a subnode, then it will expand and it will show me that subnodes. So I am clicking on the arrow. Yes, A has two subnodes, which is A1 and A2. When I click again on the arrow which is present on beside A, it will collapse. So I will not be able to see the subfolders. Similarly, I try to click on B and find whether it has subnodes or not. So I'll click on B. Yes, it also has 3 subnodes. When I click again, it collapses. So this is a small tree structure, whereas a file system structure is very large, very big. Now we'll create a program for this output. Now for that, you need to do one thing. You need to first understand how many nodes are present in this output, including a parent node. So this is a parent node, options is a parent node, A is a subnode, B is a subnode, A1, A2 again the child nodes of A, B1, B2, B3 child nodes of B. So in total this output has 8 nodes. In all, this output has 8 nodes. Now as the tree consists of nodes, so the class which will be used to create the nodes within a tree is default mutable tree node. This is a class which is present in the swing package. So this class will be used to create all the nodes. And when these nodes are created, they will be assigned inside a tree and the tree will be created. So quickly we'll see what packages will be required and what is the minimum code which will be needed to get this output. Now at the top you can see there are 4 packages I have included, out of which you know AWT, you know Swing. Especially like we are doing a J-tree program, so I have just for information purpose have included swing.tree package also. Rather it is by default included under this javax.swing.star, and there is an event package under AWT. Now as this is an applet, we are supposed to write the applet code which will define what should be displayed on the applet and what should be the size of the applet. So width and height of the applet is decided through this code. Now we'll start with the designing of an applet. So we'll first create a class J-tree demo which extends JApplet, because in the output we want a tree inside the applet, so extends JApplet. This is the object which is declared for J-tree. Why I am saying this is declared, because we have not yet decided, we have not yet defined what will be the parent node. We have not done anything, so we just have declared an object with the name tree. Further later on in the program we'll define this tree. Now all the code which will be required will be written inside a init method. As you always know, whatever code we want to display on the applet we'll write inside init method. So this is the init method. Now the first thing which we'll write inside the init method is you need to create the nodes. How many nodes? Here in this case you need to create 8 nodes. To create each node you want to create an object of default mutable tree node. So how many objects you will be creating of default mutable tree node? 8 objects. 8 objects, 1 object for each node. So quickly we'll begin with the first node, which is nothing but options. So default mutable tree node, the object name which I'll giving here is top equal to new default mutable tree node, and in brackets within double quotes I am specifying the node name which should be displayed on the output. So I want to display as options, so within double quotes I have written as options. So there is a difference between the object name which you are giving and the name which you want to display. This object name which you are giving is for coding purpose. Like within the program, when you want to refer to the parent node, you will refer the name top. But what should be displayed on the applet for the parent node is this, which you write within the double quotes. So this is options. Similarly, now we'll be creating for A. So default mutable tree node A. This A is for coding purpose, internal use. Within the program, you refer A as this small a. Equal to new default mutable tree node, and in bracket and in double quotes, you will write capital A, which will be displayed as the node name on the applet. So capital A. Now same statements, default mutable tree node A1 to create A1, then A2. Now till this point you have declared the nodes, defined the nodes. Now you have to create the nodes for B, B1, B2, B3 on the same lines, similar lines. Look at the codes. Nothing is changed except the object name and the name which you want to display on the applet. Okay, node name which you want to display on the applet is written within the double quotes. So once you have created the node, but till now you have not decided, not declared the relationship between these nodes. Now what is relationship? Now this options is a parent node. It is a parent node of which nodes? It is a parent node of A and B. Correct? A and B are the child nodes of options. Similarly, you want to define that A1 and A2 are the child nodes of A. Or you can say in the other way, A is the parent node of A1 and A2. Similarly, B is the parent of B1, B2, B3. Or you can say B1, B2, B3 are the child nodes of B. So now in the next set of code, we'll be writing this relationship. Now, what is the object name used for options? Top. So we'll tell top dot add. What is the first child of options? A. So I have written A. Now next statement you have to focus on top dot add B. So what you have written till now, you have created options, and within options you have added A, and within options you have added B. Now your next task is to add A1 and A2 under A. So see the line of code. A dot add A1, A dot add A2. This will add A1 and A2 under A, not directly under options. So layers of hierarchy. Then similarly you have to add B1, B2, B3 under B. So look at this line, B dot add B1, B dot add B2, B dot add B3. So with this 8 lines of code and then this lines of code, you have created the nodes and you have defined the relationship among these nodes. Now you just have created the nodes. You need to create the tree with these nodes. So now we'll use that object which we have declared earlier. The name tree. So now we'll define it, tree equal to new J tree. This is the constructor of a J tree which requires the argument as the root node. Now in our hierarchical structure, the root node is options. Uska object name is top. So we'll be passing this top node as the argument to J tree constructor. What you are doing? We are passing the parent node, which is nothing but a top node, as an argument while creating the J tree object. This is must. If you don't pass top, then tree will be created but with no nodes. But when you add top node as an argument, the entire tree structure is added in a tree, because within top you have added A and B, then within A you have added A1, A2. So this will actually add all the nodes in a tree. This line will add all the nodes in a tree. Now as I have shown you my directory structure, you can see it is very vast. Like suppose I have clicked on this PC. So when I click on C, the C has large number of nodes, many nodes. So a scroll bar has come automatically. Can you see? Previously scroll bar is not present, but when I click on C, scroll bar comes because it has large number of nodes. So similar way, if your tree structure has a large number of nodes, in that case you also want the scroll bar. Sometimes you need a horizontal scroll bar and sometimes you need a vertical scroll bar. So there is a component called as a JScrollPane. This scroll pane adds scroll bar vertical as well as horizontal in the two patterns. But sometimes there is a provision that a programmer can select if you want the scroll bars only when they are needed, or you want the scroll bar always available. Now as you have seen my file structure, it is not always available. They are available only when they are needed. So similar way, here you can see we have created two variables V and H, which are scroll bar variables. So you are setting the value as scroll pane constants dot vertical scroll bar as needed and horizontal scroll bar as needed. So whenever the tree structure is very large, it cannot accommodate within an applet, the automatically vertical and horizontal scroll bars will come. So within a scroll pane, you are adding your tree and passing V and H variables. Then finally the most important step is to add this scroll pane, because if you don't add the scroll pane on the applet, scroll pane has a tree. So if scroll pane is not added, tree will not be added. If tree is not added, nodes will not be added. So this is again a hierarchy. Scroll bar contains tree, tree contains node. So it is necessary for you at the end of the program, after doing all the settings, you have to add this scroll bar to the applet. So this is the important statement. And if you want your program to have scroll bars always, so you can change the value as scroll bar underscore always. Quickly I'll show you.